See, the problem is, for the longest time, I didn't know what my problem was, because, you know, I got this really good job. I was a young man, and everybody around me was smoking marijuana and blow and drinking and fucking and dropping acid, rolling on ecstasy. And I'm like, man, they told me this was bad. You weren't supposed to do this shit. I mean, everyone's doing it. I guess it's okay. And, you know, I smoked some weed before a show one night, and I got so high that I didn't know how to do the show. I forgot how to do the show. Crazy. And it scared me, and I didn't fuck with it for a while. But then, you know, I eventually did it more and more and more, and next thing I knew, man, I got addicted. And you know what's funny about marijuana is the proper name for it is cannabis, and cannabis is a Schedule I narcotic. It's got the highest potential for abuse and the lowest medical benefit. So it's on the same list as PCP and coke and heroin and meth and crystal and all that. So crack, it's on the same list. You know, cannabis is on the same list. So pretty funny, huh? So it's basically the worst shit out there. But because of people like Snoop Dogg and Willie Nelson and all the stand-up comics that have the same goddamn joke about weed, if everybody was smoking weed, there'd be no wars. I'm the first guy to say that. You know, you buy all this shit. You know, you think it's true. You think it's for true. But it's not for true. Truth is, marijuana is pernicious. And it'll ruin you. Ruin your life. It ruined mine. It ruined mine very, very quickly, actually. I had a job that I probably could have kept for 10 years, easy. And I dried it up in 2.5. Actually, the last year of it, I don't remember too much because I was so fucked up that it was hard to remember what I was doing, unfortunately. So, you know, so I guess what I'm trying to say, man, is like, you know, they told me that the problem was spiritual. And so I thought, well, okay, well, what do I do? Like, what spiritual thing, how can I spiritually fix my problem? You know what I mean? And so they said, well, you know, buy these crystal beads, do yoga, meditate. Yeah, okay, so what do? Cross your legs in a lotus position and go Om and light some incense, and you'll achieve enlightenment. Smoke this weed and you'll achieve enlightenment. Take magic mushrooms and you'll achieve enlightenment. I'm buying all this shit. I'm thinking, okay, that's what I need to do. I need to achieve enlightenment, and then I'll be good. And I just got higher and higher and higher. It did not solve my problem, man. So, you know, when I found myself living in a tent in my parents' backyard, I was like, hey, what the fuck? How did I end up here? And then I thought, you know what I need to do? I need to get successful. And so I got into the world of self-help, and I thought this was the answer. Okay, I started reading books by Anthony Robbins, and I looked at one book by Anthony Robbins, and no disrespect to the guy, I'm sure he's a good guy. He's got to keep his lights on too. But that book, I'm not going to name the book, but it made me feel infinitely worse, infinitely worse, and it just seemed fatuous. I was like, huh. Okay, well, this isn't it. And so then I got into some, you know, books like Conversations with God and all that. And they're, you know, I guess they're mildly interesting and distracting or whatever, but it wasn't, what I had to do was I had to get clean. My problem was I was addicted to drugs. I had a disease called addiction. And when I fuck with drugs and alcohol, I ruined my life, man. That was the problem. It wasn't self-help. It wasn't religion. You know, I tried going to church and giving money and praying a certain way, and, you know, fucking, you know, church, I'd put my hands in the air during the song, and I just felt silly, because it's not me. That's not me. I'm not feeling it the way they feel it, for whatever reason. No disrespect if you are feeling it. It wasn't convincing to me for some reason. But, you know, my father found his salvation through hard physical labor. Okay, work. Anytime I had a problem, he'd say, son, get a job, son, get a job. And, you know, for whatever reason, man, I got this dissociative issue. I can't work. I zone out and look at the fucking wall, and they have to fire me. They have to. Because I don't care, and I can't concentrate. It's pretty embarrassing. But, you know, if you put me on stage or put me behind a typewriter, you know, in a space where there's no interruptions, I can do something creative and cool. So, that's what the problem was. But, anyway, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Just whatever. Fuck it. Stay down and dirty. Do the best you can. And, lay off the shit, man. The drugs and the alcohol. There are people out there who can fuck with it. I'm just one of those people who can't. And it took about 20 years for me to figure that out, unfortunately. I made a lot of messes. But you know, now I'm just a paragon of fucking virtue.